Alright, welcome back. So, today at 12:04 p.m., it's March 8th, 2025, Cosmic Reach Alpha version 0.4.0 came out, and of course this is the very first version of Alpha, so before this for an entire year, because the pre-alpha came out on March 8th, 2024. So it's been one full year, and now the alpha's out. So there's a huge laundry list of changes, including skins, which is really neat. And somebody on the Discord actually made me a custom skin for my Tortellini Soup account, so I'll be showing that off in a minute. It looks like there's a change button there, so I'll be loading that into the game. But anyway, let's get started with this list, and then I'll go into the game and actually look at the changes. So added player model with custom skins, that's probably the most aesthetic and I guess just sentimentally probably the best thing that's been added. I know that skins are a huge deal for a lot of people. The skin can be previewed and set on the main menu and can be seen by other players in multiplayer. Okay, one thing I was wondering is if there's going to be a mode where you can switch into, instead of being in first-person view, maybe you can switch into third-person view and view your skin from afar with the camera kind of orbiting the player. That would be pretty useful if you want to see your skin in single player. One thing I actually just thought of is it might be kind of cool to add something like mirrors into the game. So you can look into a mirror and have your reflection. I don't know, just thought about that. It'd be pretty cool. Added upside down stairs. Okay, so this is going to add a whole bunch of additional building options. I'm actually not a huge fan of all the different orientations that you can do for blocks. I'd rather, because I get decision paralysis when there's just too many options, but I suppose if the block variety stays down but the orientations increase, that's fine, and if the block variety increases and the orientations stay down, that's also fine. Or if it goes in the direction where there's just infinite combinations, that's of course fine too. It's just not something I personally prefer. Added a block of coal, which I'm guessing is just 9 coal in a furnace. Actually, was there coal? I'm not sure if there was even coal before. Oh, maybe this is like a generating ore block of coal that you mine and then you get a coal item and then you can put in a... I don't remember if there was actually coal before. Added torches, an early game lighting option crafted with sticks and coal which burns over time. Okay, that's interesting. So you can't just put down torches and they stay forever. Added a void world generation option, that's always useful for custom maps in particular. Added a music frequency slider to the options menu to change how often the music played. So this is something that I suggested and nudged the developer on, and I'm glad that he added it because I'm going to be keeping my music playing all the time. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned it's just better for people who make videos to always have background music playing. It just makes the videos a lot easier to edit. And it's kind of nice when the game has a nice soundtrack, it's kind of nice to just hear it all the time. Improved controller mapping, that's interesting. I haven't actually tried out the gamepad. In my very first video, I mentioned wanting to try it and I never did. Increased the range of item pickups, that was important. I think that really needed to happen because you really had to stand right on top of them if you wanted to pick them up before. The Earth world generation is more flat and sharp. Flat and sharp, not sure what that means. Reduce the damage dealt to mobs by hitting to 1, so that's if you hit a mob. C4 drops items when exploding and damages nearby entities, so this dropping item thing is probably to supplement the survival mode, which I think it might be a little bit lacking right now. That's still the main thing that I'm waiting on for that to improve. But you need some way to get all these different items in the game, so it looks like this is one way. Removed gravel caves from Earth World Generator. Yeah, I don't really know all the different biomes that were available. And then once again, here's a screenshot of the version that we're about to go into, and you can see that the start button is changed to single player, and the new version is on the bottom right there. And then in this screenshot, we can see a torch, which is created by putting a stick and a block of coal on top. Yeah, it is actually a full block of coal. I'm so used to coal just being one little item, and then you can create a full block of coal if you put 9 coal items in the crafting table. Alright, so here we are in the game. I just launched it, and I didn't actually get that preview screen that shows up where it says the game is in pre-alpha, it could break, all that stuff, and you have to hit OK. So that's been removed, and you can see the skin on the right. I guess this is the default skin. It's an astronaut. I kind of like it. I like the color scheme. I like the purple. I think there's not enough purple in the world, to be honest. So if we click on change your skin, a little window pops up. You probably can't see this window, and that's for the best, because I don't really want you to. And then tortellinisoup.png. So here's the skin that somebody made for me on the Discord. And that person is Sir Ninja Monkey. I've mentioned him in my videos before. He helped me out with the Lighthouse Challenge way back when. He was one of the judges along with me. And he's also made a few mods and art assets and things like that. And he was generous enough to iterate through this a few times and make me a custom skin for the game. I'm no good at this kind of stuff. I'm not really interested in downloading Blockbench, learning how to use it, and then creating a skin of my own. So thank you very much for this. It looks great. And if anybody would like to iterate on this in the future, go ahead and do it and send it to me, and if I like it, maybe I'll switch to that. But for right now, it looks excellent, so thank you very much. At the bottom right, you can see Cosmic Reach version Alpha 040. If we go to the options menu, I should have a new option here. So we're on peaceful right now. Music frequency, here it is. Music frequency in 5 minutes. So I guess every 5 minutes a new song plays, and I guess it doesn't really matter how long that song is as long as it's less than 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn it down to 0, and hopefully we should get music always playing. All right, let's go into single player, and then I guess I'll create a new world. And there's the new void world option. All right, here we are in the new world with the sun coming up. I really like how the day starts at the break of dawn instead of in midday, because you really get that feeling of starting new. Just like when the sun comes up in the morning in real life, it's a new day, new you, new day, new everything, potentially, if you want it to be. So we're here in a deserty biome with water next to it, which is a bit interesting. I don't know, is this actually a desert? If I go into F3, I wonder if I can see the biome information here. So as far as I know, you can't see biome information. As far as I know, I'm usually wrong about this stuff. But if you do look in the top left there, you can see at the bottom of the first paragraph of details, you can see a day counter, so day 1. I like that a lot. I saw that in the last video, but I didn't actually check it out at the time. All right, had to take a screenshot right there. So at the top, we've got 2 black blocks, and I'm pretty sure one of them is coal and one of them is basalt, but it's really hard for me to tell the difference. So maybe the texture needs to be updated on one of those, because I really can't see the difference, at least on my monitor. And then I have the C4 here, because if we explode this, yeah, it should drop some items. So you can see it dropped a few different types of blocks. And I wonder if it kind of just drops a bunch of random items. Let's see. Okay, so it's more ore items, and if I hit it again, it's the same thing. Oh, it dropped a blue block right there. Oh yeah, water, and I'm no clipping. It dropped some water, so I guess it does drop random... actually, did it blow up some of the water? Let's actually explode a C4. What is going... My guy is just automatically floating upwards. Like I just lost gravity. I think that might be a bug, because there's nothing wrong with my keyboard. Okay, now it stopped when I stopped flying. So that's definitely a bug. So I'm going to build a C4 tower where it doesn't hit any other blocks, and then test to see if the entities that were falling were just based on the terrain, or if it was actually the C4 block. Okay, so nothing fell there. Let me try one more time. Now it's invisible. A little bit of a graphical glitch there. Yeah, so it's not dropping any items by its... Okay, it's happening again. Okay, so if I'm flying, I just found it. If I'm flying and I get hit by this C4 explosion and my velocity gets pushed to the side, I think it maintained the vertical velocity of the knockback from the explosion. I think that's what's going on there. Bug report without an actual bug report. And then if I explode a C4 against the terrain, yeah, it actually drops. So that's what's going on there. I thought that it was kind of like a piñata where you hit it and then it just drops a bunch of random blocks. All right, so we've got this block right here, which is a block of coal, and then, okay, so we know about asphalt. That's the very dark one. And on the left is the block of coal. Again, it looks very similar. I think they might need to come up in just the vibrance or the brightness instead of being almost pitch black. So I have a stick and I have a block of coal, and if I put them in the crafting table in my inventory, then, oh, I forgot. This game doesn't actually have crafting tables, does it? No, it has a crate. It has a crate, which isn't... Okay, I see. So yeah, the crafting table is in your inventory. It makes a torch. So let's go ahead and lay down one of those suckers. Maybe I should go find a dark place to light it up. All right, I dug a little hole in this crevice, and let's light it up. Bam. Huh. It's red light. A little bit red, a little bit orange, a little bit yellow, I think. And I wonder how long it burns for. There's no particles coming off of it or anything. Maybe that'll be added in the future, maybe not. I think it would be pretty cool if it was added. And maybe the fire that comes out of the torch could be bigger if the durability is more, so it hasn't been burning for as long. And then the little flame could get smaller and smaller, and the radius of the light shining could get less and less as it burns out. I think that'd be really cool, and it would kind of set these torches apart from other games. It would also be cool to be able to maybe put a torch here and then different ores or some kind of powder and put them in the crafting table and be able to change the color of the fire that burns. So maybe I put a torch here and I put some, I don't know, what's like a green stone or a blue stone, like lapis lazuli on top of it, and then maybe crush the lapis lazuli into some kind of powder, and then it'll burn like a blue hue. A blue fire. Just a bunch of ideas I think could be pretty cool. So we don't have too much more to check out. One of the things I do want to look at is the upside down stairs, so I'll just grab any type, this type right here, and if I put them like this, yeah, so you can place them upside down now. Before you could only do it like this. Also, one thing I noticed is I'm not hearing any music. Oh, that's because it's at 0%. Alright, now I'm hearing it. That's alright. For this video, I'll have custom music in the background anyway. And in the future, I think I'll be using the official soundtrack while I'm playing the game, so I don't have to deal with all the fan music and inserting that and then equalizing the volumes and everything. Okay, there are a few features that I passed up throughout my time of not playing the game for a while that I do want to check out with time. But for right now, I think that's going to be it. This was just a really quick preview of the first alpha version. There's some bugs to fix, and there are some ideas I'd like to see implemented that I think could be really cool, just cosmetically. But yeah, other than that, looks good, getting better and better. And I'm especially interested, like I always say, in the survival mode and continuing to watch how that develops. And I had my pre-alpha creative mode world that I retired a while ago, so maybe now that alpha's out, I'll create a new one and do an alpha world. We'll see about that. I'll probably do it eventually, just not sure when. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much for watching.